いらっしゃいませ。毎度ありがとうございます。
Another debate has risen. What are we talking about here? Is Mogador worth max limit breaking? Before the end of the month or at the start with the Bolin shop reset? What's the difference? Using the free 1k to buy a Bolin or using it to buy a retrofit item? Like, isn't the new month literally 2 days away? What do you gain from limit breaking her today? I don't get it. Do you get something special? No. I'll just flip a coin, I guess. I don't think it makes a difference at all. Whether you do it today or in 2 days. Okay. Let's see if we can get a level 6 here. Oh! We didn't get one. Nice.
Musashi ならここにいる。ひるみも焦りも不要。粛々と進むがよい。これからは武蔵ならここにいる。ひるみも焦りも不要。粛々と進むがよい。限定コードは全部私たちに守りを。
Is Prince Rupee usable at chapter 14 like Odin? Yes. But he has to go in the flagship, and usually Odin is more of a side. Odin usually you want to use on either side, so Rupee's not as good, but she can be used in chapter 14. Hello guys.
退屈な勝負になるのかしら。
減点コードの玄武、私たちに守りを。
狙い定めた。
減点コードの玄武、私たちに守りを。
ロイヤルフラッシュ。退屈ね。これからは。
Great, I need that Fates in 5 heal. Yeah, it's 2% though for salvo. Pretty much non-existent.
武蔵ならここにいる。ひるみも焦りも不要。粛々と進むがよい。
減点コードの玄武、私たちに守り
Doing
を。
daily opsi? Yes.
狙い定めた。
減点コードの玄武、私たちに守りを。
これからは。退屈な勝負になるのかしら。
減点コードの玄武、私たちに守りを。
狙い定めた。
減点コードの玄武、私たちに守りを。
ロイヤルフラッシュ。退屈ね。これからは。武蔵ならここにいる。ひるみも焦りも不要。粛々と進むがよい。
Browser?
減点コードの玄武、私たちに守りを。
URL?
これから。
Does this work? Oh, but I have to do a little scripting to make it look better.
武蔵ならここにいる。ひるみも焦りも不要。粛々と進むがよい。
減点コードの玄武、私たちに守りを。
狙い定めた。
減点コードの玄武、私たちに守りを。ユニコーン、頑張る。
退屈ね。これからは。武蔵ならここにいる。
SMCSS.
ひるみも焦りも不要。粛々と進むがよい。
I don't have Musashi. Do you think we will get a rerun sometime in the
私たち
future?
に守りを。
Or maybe she will be added to the promo pool directly. She's gonna get reran first.
これからは。
Do you think it's possible to clear chapter 15 with faction only gear? Probably not. How much anti-submarine stuff does Eagle Union even have? Eagle Union. Is the Hedgehog here? No, so you can only use Depth Charge in some planes. Well, I guess it's possible, but... Oh, you can use this plane. It's not bad, but no Hedgehog. And... what planes are you... or what anti-air guns are you allowed to use? Okay, no good anti-air guns. That's a good sign. You have good fighters, decent guns, but... probably can't deal with the Eagle Union fleet in any case because there's no healer. It's probably only possible with HMS.
ちゃいましたか。いらっしゃいませ。指揮官。
Remove background. Okay, let's see.
武蔵ならここにいる。ひるみも焦りも不要。粛々と進むがよい。これからは。
a lot.
Musashi ならここにいる。昼にも焦りも不要。粛々と進むがよい。
Wait, what is happening? Hold on a second. Okay, let's do the meta fights.
ヘレナ、暇なら一緒
Right.
に食。落ち着いて戦って。
Does placement matter for the cross barrage ships? Not really. Which faction do you think the EN anniversary will be based around? Which one do you wish it would be? Probably HMS, and then they can release Ansem this time properly. I don't know what it's gonna be. Maybe KMS, since they had Frida Carl already. And the anniversary is in August, I think. Oh great, they procced the bug.
定めが見える。定めが。背筋。力を。
What are the most in slot gear skins?
定めが見える。
For the BB shell, it's probably the black hole. For the torpedo, it's the new fat torps from
定めが見える。
this event, but the waves are the post second place, post runner up. And then there are no good plane skins. For the ox skin, it's the big bubble from the cruise pass we're on currently.
定めが
And for the straight shells, it's the cat paws. Cat paws from UVH event.
私を止められる罪汚れを罰除せん。天罰敵面滅せん。早く撤退しよう。
As the year comes to its middle point, I lose more and more faith on getting a UR for Sardinia. They're getting one for PR at least, which they already kind of confirmed on stream.
「定めなれと精魂発るまでお務めを」定めが見える。定めが力を貸して。SG、敵の所在を録音よ。定めが見える。
Rate Haitian's oath skin from 1 to 10.
定めが早く終わって現状無休。私に汚れを罰除せん。定め
I
が
need a clear picture of it.
見える。 定めが
Is it on the JP Twitter? I don't see it.
力を貸して見える。
Is it on EN Twitter?
定めが
Nope.
海の中は
Oh, that's because it's the next batch. next week, not this week.
私を止められる罪汚れを罰助せん 天罰敵面熱戦
It's pretty good. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Haitian herself, but the dress is pretty nice.
撤退しよう
Can't see a good res version of it though. Can't find one. Hello.
落ち着いて戦ってヘレナ
私を止められる
SG 敵の所在を録音よ
見える
SG 力を貸して
止められずに汚れを罰助敵面熱戦 定めが見える
Okay, how does this look now? Let's see.
SG
This right here. Boom. Okay. I guess I do need a background color kind of thing for it. Probably edit like that.
定めが
Maybe leave it here. No. Leave it here. No. Where do I put it? No. I guess right here is fine. Man, was it really had so much since I stopped playing a few months ago? Yeah.
三下どもが
Is this League of Legends? Is what League of Legends?
落ち着いて
The stream? Yeah, I think so.
私を止められる
Okay, how do I add a background color here? Very light gray is what I want. So maybe let's try 30, 30, 30, 30. TSS,
敵
RGB,
の所在を録音よ
opacity. Oh, I see.
見える
Probably something like
定めが
早く終わって SG 力を貸して
let's do 255, 255, 255, 0.1. What does that look like?
定めが見える
Okay, I'll turn on the game by a bit.
私を止められる汚れを罰助せ
There. Is Melt is breaking next patch? Hopefully not. I think they're making it better, but ideally nothing breaks. Okay, the opacity's not enough here. Wait, how do I get rid of the welcome to the chat? And guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. What did Haku do here? What the heck? How did she do 170k? I wasn't looking. Okay, width. I want to reduce that. Maybe 5. Oh, no, 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 no. Wait, 0.4? Wait, what? Oh. Is that what it is? 0.1? What the? That's not right. 0? 0. 0. 0.4. Still not enough. 0.8. Okay. How does the chat look, guys? Is that readable? I'm pretty new to gearing stuff. You can ask me specific questions, but if you ask me like how to time it, I'm gonna have to start from the beginning and go on for an hour. A bit small but readable. Oh wait, this isn't really like that. Yeah. Can probably do this. Okay. I hope it's not like too distracting. That welcome to live chat thing is kind of annoying. I'm gonna get it off the screen real quick. A. Okay. I think I can drop the opacity down by a bit. Wait, it just came back. Okay, I need to... How to remove welcome to live chat message YouTube chat. Ah, there we go. Okay. I can remove it with the CSS. Hey, it's gone. There we go. We have saved it. Okay. Maybe like this. Hopefully that's not too distracting. Alright. Hard mode. Let's just do some event first. The hate for what is real? I'm planning out my first equipment guide video, but I feel like it's gonna end up being so long. I hope one day I can get like a proper editor and they can do the editing while I just make the content. Custom CSS for YouTube chat. OBS. Hey, could you please change Japanese text to English? No, go learn Japanese. Does anyone know when last year's Chinese anniversary swimsuits are rerunning in the shop? Right now, it's just the lucky bag. I am totally clueless as to why they're not rerunning the skins. Usually they do it on the anniversary. What are your thoughts on the new mail system? It's probably better for me. I only have 25 mail because I've used all my stockpile already. So YouTube chat custom CSS to decrease width. Outlines, high scroll bar. Hide badges, timestamps. Let's ask ChatGPT, see if it knows how to do CSS. Alright, let's try this. ChatGPT would not lead me astray. Properties. Ah, it worked. Uh-huh. Okay, let's see. How many subscribers must you get to read the Azurlane lore? Do you want me to read it on stream? Red hit markers equals the HE, purple equals AP. What is the gray ones? Gray one usually means ineffective, but I find that it's not entirely consistent. The color of the hit marker versus the ammo mods of the gun. Like sometimes you can use the same ammo and get two different colors on the same armor. The gear skins slow down gameplay in any way? I don't think so. I mean, maybe if you are running on some potato device and you're literally on the verge of crashing your device without the gear skins, and then you add one more extra particle effect and it just explodes.
政務が果たす
How does the chat look though?
見届けよ奇跡の権限を
証に任せろにゃ
I wonder if the camera's better up here. No, probably not.
政務が果たす
Have you gotten Baron Meta to drop yet? Yeah, I got one really early, and none since. My first one I think I got before 10k points.
見届けよ奇跡の権限を証に任せろにゃ
Okay, sweet.
政務が果たす
Alright, peace out.
奇跡の権限を
Murloc.
証に任せろにゃ 政務が果たさ
Are you doing D3 to clear shop or the Barracudas? I haven't used Barracudas in 5 years, so just clearing out the shop. There's quite a bit of things to buy this time around, so gotta get all the gear skins, all the Baron meta crystals, and there's something else. Oh yeah, 2 different pieces of equipment, as well as the Mogador dupe. So quite a lot to buy. Your thoughts on Baron meta? She's kind of like Impero and Idol Akagi, but I think she hits a bit harder than those two. So it's just a slight upgrade over Impero, I would say. I don't really think she has anything special going on except for the reduced first load. Wait, every 30 seconds or when this ship sinks 4 enemies, summons a level 10 tornado that lasts 5 seconds and decreases the enemy's speed. Huh. That's interesting. Doesn't say how much it slows by. Oh, 40% slow. 5 seconds. There's no damage though. Keeper of the Grimoire. Oh, it seems like her barrage has much more damage if you use the light cruiser gun, but it scales off her firepower instead of aviation. I don't know if that would be good. Sacrament's Empowering Right. Which one is this? Okay, maybe Baron does want a CL gun instead of a dive bomber on her third slot. She gains quite a bit. For her third slot, what scenario would you use a cruiser gun on her? Like, the cruiser gun increases her barrage damage by a lot, but all of it scales off her FP, which is pretty low, and you can't raise it any further. And then the dive bomber helps her desync better. So, I don't know. Like, if you are not using independence, then you could use the light cruiser version, I'd say. But if you are using independence, then you probably want the dive bomber to desync better. It's just about desyncing, I think. Because odds are you're gonna use Baron meta against mobs. So just use whatever mode helps you that helps you desync from your other airstrikes and battleships. How many points do you need to clear the store? I think at least 80,000. For what I want to do. For what I want from the store this time. Maybe even 90,000. 90% meta ship are not worth to build. Well, they give fleet tech now, so I gotta build them. They're mostly aesthetic ships and some fleet tech, and to be fair, like, a lot of the gold rarity meta ships, their base versions are purple without a retrofit. So, for example, Scharnhorst, Nasino, Baron. So if you like those characters, then the meta version is a huge upgrade. You going for a Mogador clone or as an extra Bolin? I'm gonna keep it separate to hold skins in case she gets a nice one later down the line. Is Shinano Chan worth using on campaign? No. You only use her if you like her, but she's not very strong at all. She pretty much has completely useless skills, and the only thing she has going for her is that she has one extra plane compared to other carriers that are not UR. Rodney meta's pretty nice. Nah, I think she's worse than, like, I think she's worse than Big 7 retrofits. So Nelson retro, West Virginia retro, and Colorado retro. Is that her name? Colorado? Yeah. Big Dome Barrage critting for 50k. What is that? Is that something I overlooked? Rodney meta. Big Dome. Looking at the base damage, it doesn't look like there's anything that would hit for 50k. Maybe with a huge level advantage. I guess, yeah, because the base damage is decently high, and it's just a single hit, so there could be other barrages that deal the same amount of base damage in, like, 8 different hits combined. So that one hit would look like it deals way more damage. I think Akane Shinjo has, like, a similar barrage as well.
裁きに来たれるユニコーン頑張る失礼しますね裁きに来たれる失礼しますね政務がジェーナスが悪いです
How many points do I have here? 2k. I need much more than 2k. Okay, she's gonna be 120.
指揮官
Oh, I haven't done hard mode yet. Right. Aside from Azurlian and Elden Ring, do you play any other games? I'm playing Grand Blue Fantasy and Fate's Grand Order. Also, anyone notice that Kearsarge's one piece looks like the actual flight deck design of her
自由のために
blueprint?
自由
Her
のた
one
めに
piece? Like her swimsuit? I don't think she wears a one piece, right?
力を次元す狙い定めた裁きに来たれる自由のためにロイヤルフラッシュ退屈な状態自由のために行こう隙間に状態良好力を次元す行こう自由のために狙い定めた裁きに来たれる
The CN Wiki still doesn't have a gif of the Rodney Meadows barrage.
自由のために自由のために隙間に水流力を次元す狙い定めた隙間に水流力を次元す自由のために政務が果たす指揮官様気をつけてね自由の
I
た
got
め
the
に
cup, but I don't drink coffee anymore.
隙間に状態良好力を次元す狙い定めた状態良好行こう自由のために状態自由のために
How do you say
状態良好
BR nice? BR nicey sauce. There you go.
自由のために
Cold turkey, pretty much.
ロイヤルフラッシ
I want to prioritize being able to fall asleep fast at night, so
ュ自由の
just no more coffee for me.
自由のために
I started taking bee pollen instead for allergies because I heard you can get rid of your hay fever by slowly introducing local bee pollen, but it also kind of boosts my energy a bit as well.
軽空母の力
You're definitely not French. Well, that's not what my passport says, so.
自由のために自由のために
I look outside. What do I see? The Eiffel Tower. Explain that.
状態良好力を次元す状態良好行こう裁きが来たれる自由のために自由のために退屈な状態自由のために行こう隙間に
Maybe you're French Canadian.
ロイヤルフラッシュ状態良好のために行こう自由のために自由のために
I was wondering because Béarn is pronounced like the first part of Béarnaise sauce. He's a French region. Béarnaise. How you like that French? Alright. Oui, oui. Pamplemousse. Isn't there an Eiffel Tower in China? Yeah, but it's... I think it's like in some abandoned lot that nobody lives in. I saw that YouTube video, like they made a mock version of France, of Paris. Oh, sorry. Paris. Vegas too, probably. Yeah. In Vegas is probably very small, right? Let me see. Eiffel Tower, Vegas. Oh no, it's kind of proper. Yeah. One hundred 165 meters. Eiffel Tower height. Oh, the Eiffel Tower is twice as big as the Vegas one. Okay. I think tomorrow is the last day, so I could just burn most of my AP right now. 2 more days. Or so it says. How do you check your monthly thing? Monthly. Ah, okay, yeah. Tomorrow's the last day. Okay, I'm gonna burn most of my AP boxes. Do you know any good cheesy PvP strats? No. I just pick on some noob for the daily. I can find the PvP document that people refer to. Alright, hope we run into Akashi. I usually have a theme for my defense fleet. My defense fleet is just some of my favorite ships and with some random equipment. I haven't touched my defense fleet in a while.
退屈な勝負になるのだし減点コードの玄武私たちに守りを減点コードの玄武私たちに守りをロイヤルフラッシュ退屈ね
軽空母の地
You don't get anything for winning a defense battle, right? Yep. It's only for stalling other people who are moving up the ranks at the end of the season. Bro, that spreadsheet is lit. Did you make it? No. People who actually do PvP made it. I think the authors are probably in the spreadsheet on the landing page. No? Let me check. Yeah. Come join the Azure Lane EN PvP guide server. That's probably who made it, not me.
Fight Night Abu Dhabi, Eddie.
Oh, shut up, Dana. So if I aim for the top position one day, should I make a try-hard defense fleet? You don't have to. I mean, if you're going for rank 1, you have to, yeah. But if you just want the Gensui, Admiral of the Navy or whatever, for the merit reward, you don't have to. It's more about your attack fleet. But if you want to go for rank 1 end of the season, then you will.
Musashi ならここにいる。昼にも焦りも不要。粛々と進むがよい。
減点コードの玄武私たちに守りを
狙い定めた。
減点コードの玄武私たちに守りをフラッシュ退屈ねこれからは
Let's fucking go.
Why does this website autoplay with the audio on? This is the worst website of all time. Yeah, getting Admiral of the Navy is more about timing. I'm sure it explains how to do it in the document somewhere, but you don't even need a particularly good fleet, and you don't need a defense fleet. You just need to do your PvPs and win at the right time. No, you don't want to do your 5 tries as soon as you get them. You actually want to delay like every single refresh as much as possible, because the longer you wait, the higher the people who are appearing as opponents are gonna rank up, and then the higher their rank is, the more points you get for beating them.
原点コードの原部私たちに守りを狙い定めた原点コードの原部私たちに守りをユニコーン頑張る軽空母の力
Yeah, basically you want to do your 5 PvPs right before reset, every single reset if possible, until day 12 or whatever, when you actually are able to get enough points to hit Admiral of the Navy. Then you do like 15 in a row, and you hit it pretty easily.
Musashi ならここにいる。昼にも焦りも不要。粛々と進むがよい。
原点コードの原部私たちに守りを狙い定めた原点コードの原部私たちに守りをフラッシュ退屈ね軽空母の
What corrosion level do you recommend spamming the last AP of each reset? I heard 5 gives you the best. 5 is just the lowest one. I mean, it's between 5 and 6. That gives you 2 cat paws. Or a chance to spawn 2 cat paws, so that's why I do it.
Musashi ならここにいる。昼にも焦りも不要。粛々と進むがよい。
原点コードの原部私たちに守りを狙い定めた原点コードの原部私たちに守りをこれからは
Well, you will get some. Not much though. You think Wichita meta is going to be good? Better than regular Wichita? Probably. I mean, I don't think there's any meta SSR that's worse than their SR counterpart. Except Helena, I guess, because of the skill. But skill aside, Helena meta is a lot better than base Helena. Is Georgia gun worth crafting with electronics, or should I drop the prints in PR research? You don't need more than one. The one that you can get from the shop. Just get that, and then... forget about it. Use other guns. I don't think it's worth the materials. Curious about the corrosion level. I do corrosion 5 at the end of the month because it has a chance to spawn 2 cat scavenging nodes, and it's cheaper than corrosion 6, and everything under 5 doesn't spawn 2, so I don't know if it's optimal though, but that's what people have been doing for a long time. Yeah, champagne gun is good. Marco Polo gun is pretty good. You can make one of those. The gun from Soyu's event was pretty good for medium. I already have one champagne gun plus 13. Do you recommend multiple? Yeah, I have 2. I think 2 is a good investment. 3 is a little... 3, I would say, is good, but not as important as 2. Saving my prints for the upcoming New Jersey gun, is it worth it? For your first one, absolutely worth it. For the second one, personally, I think it's still worth it, but if you have the Pure Sarge plus Breakdown 2 plus Implacable Fleet, you can get away with only using 1. But I think 2 is worth it, and then 3 is not really recommended.
Musashi ならここにいる。昼にも焦りも不要。粛々と進むがよい。原点コードの原部。私たちに守りを。狙い定めた。原点コードの原部。私たちに守りを。
Do we already know what NJ Guncraft requires? Most likely it's going to be the UR gun prints, but there's a chance it could cost ordnance instead. But I believe that most of the equipment that cost ordnance are prototype equipment, so I feel like MK7 is going to cost the main gun prints. And I hope it does too, because Tenrai and Plymouth gun are going to cost ordnance, so... Working on my 3rd Georgia gun, then back to Plymouth gun grind. think you should have been doing Plymouth Gun already.
武蔵ならここにいる。昼にも焦りも不要。
I don't think I'll be able to get another one before BR7 drops. But I've got enough. I have 2 lying around now that nobody's using right now.
ロイヤルユニコーン頑張る。退屈ね。これからは
Is there a Mark 8? 406 Mark 8. 16-inch Mark 8. Oh, there is.
原点コードの原部私たちに守りを狙い定めた原点コードの原部私たちに守りをロイヤルフラッシュ退屈ねこれからは
Yeah. I was thinking about that, like... London would be another good one to mute.
武蔵ならここにいる。
When do you think PR7 is going to drop? Middle of July?
粛々と進むがよい。
原点コードの原部私たちに守りを狙い定めたロイヤルフラッシュ原点コードの原部退屈ね私たちに守りをこれからは
Yeah, Italian DR heavy cruiser. This is gonna be a collab with World of Warships. PR is a collab with World of Warships, so yeah. 15 more prints, you're gonna make it.
武蔵ならここにいる。昼にも焦りも不要。粛々と進むがよい。
Do you play World of Warships? No, which is why I don't know what ships I would like to see in PR7, but another destroyer would be good since we haven't had one since PR2, so some kind of UR destroyer. I don't know if there's a possibility of it being a UR HMS destroyer, but they usually alternate between HMS and USS ships in PR. Since we got a Kearsarge in PR6, we're probably getting a HMS ship, but HMS got 2 DRs in Drake and Plymouth, so I don't know if they'll get a 3rd one. I would assume that we'll get a PR for HMS, and then maybe another Ironblood DR. Oh yeah, there is Felix, right? Forgot about that. But yeah, a Rainbow DR, or not a Rainbow DR, a DR destroyer in PR7 would be cool. But it'd probably be Russian or Ironblood, which is like, whatever. If they drop some PR1 augments with PR7, that would be pretty cool. Was there a Russian ship in PR6? Let's see, we got Hardman. No, not Hardman. We got Felix. Flandre. And who was the last one?
退屈な勝負になるのかしら。減点コードの原部、私たちに守
I was very disappointed in
減点コードの
Monarch's face simulation. Basically nothing gained compared to FDG's face simulation. Yeah, but isn't FDG's like 4 years after Monarch's? Right, Shimanto. Was there an IJN in PR3? PR3 was Odin, Mains, Cheshire, Drake, and Champagne. Okay, so maybe we don't get an IJN one this year.
勝負になるのかしら。減点コード
Almost certain that there's gonna be at least one KMS, one Sardinia, one HMS.
私たちに守りを。フラッシュ。退屈ね。これからは。
Yeah, Monarch's Fate Sim, I think, came out before PR3 or something. And FTG's Fate Sim came out within this last year. So, that's where the difference comes from. When Monarch got her Fate Sim, she was, like, the best battleship in the game, so... I feel like Monarch got her Fate Simulation before people started completing FTG. But I don't remember for sure.
Musashi ならここにいる。昼にも焦りも不要。粛々と進むがよい。
減点コードの原部、私たちに守りを。狙い定めた。減点コードの原部。
Okay. I'm pretty confident about 4 of the factions of PR7. 1 KMS, 1 HMS, 1 Russian, 1 Sardinia, and then the last one, I don't know. Do you think there will ever be a PR sub? No. Are submarines legit in World of Warcraft or in World of Warships now? Is that why Aegir didn't get one yet? She's too good with that one? Yeah. I think Brest would get her Fate Sim before Aegir. That's probably the next DR who's going to get a Fate Sim, if any. Because Plymouth and Aegir don't need it.
武蔵ならここにいる。昼にも焦りも不要。粛々と進むがよい。
減点コードの原部、私たちに守りを。狙い定めた。減点コードの原部。
What about your sub? No. There's little reason to. There's a lot of content you can't sortie submarines in, and then a lot of content that people don't ever bother sortieing submarines in, so I don't think making a UR ship that people aren't going to use is going to be a good business decision. Like if you're farming Opsai, you won't be using a submarine. PvP, meta fights, you're not going to be using a submarine. Farming event, you're not going to be using a submarine. What if the UR sub was free like Mogador, but with multiple copies like it pay, so you don't have to waste points? Yeah, but you could have that submarine UR could be any other hull class, and it would just be better. Like, we need more light cruisers, obviously, and probably carriers as well. Or we even start thinking about submarines. We only have a single rainbow light cruiser right now, right? Aside from San Diego retrofit. Like, if we do a percentage comparison between all the non-UR light cruisers compared to the one UR light cruiser, and then if they were to add a UR submarine, that would be like a higher percentage of URs for submarines than light cruisers. Which light cruisers is a UR Plymouth? They can definitely relax on the UR battleships, yeah. I wish we got more carriers. Any reason you use Independence instead of something else in the small fleet? Yeah. First of all, she has a cross-fleet buff. Second of all, she's a carrier, so when she uses their airstrike, it doesn't slow your game down for 3 seconds. And third of all, she desyncs from Unicorn. I don't view DR as a different category because in terms of performance, URs and DRs are similar, but what is not similar is the outdated UR retrofits that used to be good, probably better than most SSRs, but these days they're just SSR level. What's the purpose of desyncing them? If two airstrikes go off back to back at the same time, then the first airstrike is gonna kill all the enemies, and then the second airstrike is gonna hit nothing. So if you desync them, you'll send out one airstrike, kill everything that's on the screen. The next wave spawns. Next airstrike goes out, and then the next airstrike will hit the next wave. As a new player, having my A gear and Plymouth stuck at def 20 while Alsace is already maxed hurts. Yeah, well, I've been playing for, it took me 7 years to max all these PRs, so you've got a long road ahead of you. Just don't compare yourself to other players, especially long-term players. You don't really gain anything from it. Yep. You have a nice one too. Next, all ships. Disney Breast and Haku. Been playing for about a bit over 2 years. Got all PR seasons maxed out and enough prints to fate sim. All current boats without a fate sim. It feels good. Yeah, that's pretty good. 2 years. I guess with the catch up and stuff, it's much easier for new players, but one thing new players can't really catch up on is the total quantity of the rainbow equipment that the older players have. Wouldn't it be better to finish all 4 PRs and then you'd only have Haku and Aegir showing up? Same for PR5. I mean, that's for long term, that's the best. But if you just want to use Aegir ASAP, then you might as well just focus her off that. Yeah, none of the rankings do anything. If you like using destroyers, one of my first ships was Suzuki, and her high evasion and luck made me appreciate the evasion stat. Evasion strat. Way more than the CA/CB tank strat. I mean, destroyers are the best on manual, but on auto, they have some issues. One of them being that they're the whole class that moves the fastest, and high speed is bad for auto because it increases the chance that your vanguard will ram into the enemy. And even aside from that, high speed kind of reduces your DPS in some situations. Like for the current meta fight, Shimakaze can actually pull as much damage as Unzen on auto, but the annoying thing is that she moves too fast and moves out of range of her torps. So and there's also sometimes where enemies will fire bullets that kind of linger on the screen. The faster your vanguard moves, the more they can zip around the whole screen, collecting all the damage. But if they're kind of slow and just staying in one spot, not really being able to move around, they take less damage. Speed is good when you're playing manual and you can dodge everything, but on auto it's mostly a detriment. Yeah. The only time speed is good on auto is if enemies are firing like arcing shells with AoE. So if you have high speed, you have a higher chance of moving away from the AoE before the arcing shell lands. So in PvP, if you have high speed, then the enemy battleships will have a hard time hitting you. In PvE, it's much more rare. I think in chapter 13, there are like Batago and Takaos that shoot those kind of shelling at you.
Musashi ならここにいる。昼にも焦りも不要。粛々と進むがよい。
限定コードの玄武私たちに守りを
狙い定めた
限定コードの玄武私たちに守りをロイヤルフラッシュ退屈ねこれからは
武蔵ならここにいる。ひるみも焦りも不要。粛々と進むがよい。
限定コードの玄武私たちに守りを
狙い定めた
ロイヤルフラッシュ限定コードの玄武頑張れ私たちに守りをこれからは
But the rhyming part of your argument is the best one for me. I do sometimes see them stuck in a big enemy for a good 10 seconds trying to cosplay Glowworm. Yeah. That's another reason I like Aurora, because she's so damn slow. If you use her with your destroyers, she makes them a little more manageable.
武蔵ならここにいる。ひるみも焦りも不要。粛々と進むがよい。
限定コードの玄武私たちに守りを
狙い定めた
ロイヤルフラッシュ退屈ねこれからは
Currently, things are a bit out of whack. Like, ideally, I think destroyers should be the squishiest and deal the most amount of damage. And then heavy cruisers should have the best balance of tankiness as well as damage. And then light cruisers should be focused around anti-air and utility. So Plymouth fulfills that role of anti-air and utility. Or not anti-air, but utility. While not having the most ridiculous damage for now. She did at one point, before Hindenburg and Unzen came out. So I think Plymouth is a good example of a light cruiser, same with Shimanto. And then A-Gear and Kronstadt, those are like good examples of heavy slash large cruisers that are extremely tanky but have a good balance of damage as well. But with Hindenburg and Unzen, they kind of stole the destroyer's jobs by dealing the most damage, while not being less tanky as well, so we need to wait a bit for... We need some better destroyers, is what I'm saying. Can I look item on your DD after this? Yeah, sure. Like before Unzen came out, Shimakaze was the highest damage against light and one of the highest against medium. And Taiyuan was Taiyuan was the highest, or not Taiyuan, but Anshan was the highest against light. So destroyers actually were the strongest, but then Unzen and Hindenburg changed everything.
これからはもっともっと遠くへ行かないといけませんね。
Let's do the coordinate. Although, before Unzen and Hindenburg came out, heavy cruisers were really pathetic and weak. Was Drake that weak? if you're comparing her against other vanguards, not only heavy cruisers, then yeah, there was no reason to ever use her over Kronstadt if you want damage, over a bunch of destroyers if you wanted damage. Plymouth was out DPSing Drake while also providing your flagship with a buff. Really, the only two particularly useful heavy cruisers were Anchorage, because she was the best tank that also provided some survivability for your other two vanguards with her smokescreen. And then Cheshire, who had some of the best AA.
Musashi ならここにいる。昼にも焦りも不要。粛々と進むがよい。
原点コードの玄武、私たちに守りを。狙い定めた。
Are those French Gear Lab torps worth investing in for light enemy bosses? Or are magnetic torps just so good that the armor mods don't matter? Of course, ignoring manual play. The problem is that, I mean, they come out like this, right? So think about it. If there's a boss, you're only really hitting one most of the time. If they're really close, maybe you can hit two. I don't know if you can see. Like, you got a boss that's like that with their hitbox, so most of the time you're hitting one boss, or one torp on the boss. But with mag torps, you're hitting like 2 to 3. So I tested them and I came to the conclusion that they're not worth using. Let me see. Let me find my test. Because I do have the receipt. Right, here it is. Yeah, same with the event ones. The event torps are just the typical Quint torp. You can see it as the same as any other Quint torps. Even though it sends them out in like 2 waves, the total spread of the torpedo is still the same, so. Like, they're usable for mobbing, I would say, but not particularly better than other torps. Okay, even so for the new French torps from this event, I think they're worse than the Rainbow Quints from Shimakaze's event. They're both slower in terms of reload, and they deal less damage per torp, and they give less torp stat, so I see little reason to use it over Shimakaze's torps. What do you think of Mogador? I haven't maxed her out yet, but I have a sneaking suspicion that she's going to be lacking in damage for her rarity in order to set her apart from other ships. Since she's a gun-based Destroyer. Most of her damage should be against light armor, but I don't think she's even going to beat Taiyuan Retrofit there, just because her barrage numbers are a bit too weak. I think they need to make her stab a bit stronger. And then the all-out assault needs a bit of help as well. For being a rainbow ship, they're just way too weak. There's a lot of SSR ships with better barrages than her. She's gonna have better damage than Laffy 2 though. Laffy 2's damage is not particularly impressive. It's just good. But she's good for literally everything other than Laffy 2. He gets 2 gun mounts. She kind of has 3, but when you compare her to Taiyuan, for example, Mogador has 1 more gun mount, but Taiyuan has the DDG missile, which is way stronger than her torps. And then Taiyuan's barrages are also stronger. And that's a SR to SSR retrofit, so I feel like Mogador should be stronger than Taiyuan at least. Like noticeably stronger for being a UR. I could be wrong though. I could just be underestimating her main gun damage. So, but I did see a video of someone using her against this month's Arbiter, and she ended up dealing less damage than Plymouth. Is Mogador's all-out assault also targeted? No. I think it's piercing though, so you can hit 2 enemies, but it's not targeted. Taiyuan's all-out assault isn't targeted. It's her timed barrage every 15 seconds that's targeted. But that barrage also ignores shield. But yeah, seeing Mogador deal less damage against the Arbiter than Plymouth, when Plymouth also has the flagship buff, is not really a good sign for Mogador. Or something else that could really help her is if her debuff wasn't for torpedo damage, but was rather for firepower, like shelling damage. That would make it a lot better, since most of her damage is coming from shelling, so I don't know why she's inflicting a torpedo debuff. That's kind of odd to me.
限定コードの玄武、私たちに守りを。
狙い定めた。
限定コードの玄武、私たちに守りを。ユニコーン、頑張る。退屈ね。これからは。
What's the next rerun? I heard about Vanguard and Emden. I hope it's Vanguard. She sounds awesome in a BB fleet. I feel like they said something about Musashi. I'm not sure though. I remember hearing something about Musashi. But if we go in order, I think Vanguard was before Musashi. Alright, let's go back to D3. Finish off Thatch here. Musashi is also a nice addition. I want to try her gun on Alsace. You don't want to use her gun on Alsace. I do like the new Oath skin, but Musashi's gun is very niche. Oh, a preload with an extremely high DPS sounded like a nice idea. Guess I don't get the logic. You can't look at DPS when it comes to strikes that have really long cooldowns, because there's a good chance that the gun only gets to fire once, like one reload, whereas another would be able to fire 2 reloads in the same battle. Because a DPS metric is assuming that you have an infinite amount of time, and then both guns are firing an infinite number of times. But for example, in a mob battle, you're cutting it off at 40 seconds, so there are guns where you can get 2 reloads out of, compared to Musashi gun only firing a single time in the whole battle. Musashi guns mostly used when you want to synchronize your battleship with very, very slow airstrikes. So for example, if you're against a bunch of enemies, what you could do is use the Musashi gun on Bismarck, pull in all the enemies, and then your airstrikes that have a bunch of dive bombers will go off at the same time, and then they'll all like splash on all the enemies at the same time. That's the best use for it. Putting it on a preloader makes it slightly better, but just in general, that gun, if it's not on preload, not on a preload ship, it's even worse. Do you know if the reload buffs from Hood and House stack? Yes, they do. Only buffs that have almost identical, that have like the identical names don't stack. So air raid assist, 2 of those won't stack. Reload command, those won't stack. There are skills that aren't called air raid assist, but in the skill description it will say does not stack with air raid assist. So for example, Kirasarge's carrier damage buff does not stack with air raid assistance, and it says so in the skill. Same with Kazagumo's carrier buff. But air raid assistance stacks with something like, for example, Nagato's buff, which increases IJN carrier's damage by 20%. Since I don't have sway, Musashi's gun is not a good investment. It's used sometimes on Musashi just because she can't use the champagne gun due to her barrage being enhanced by a significant degree when using an IJN gun. So you're either using the Izumo gun or her own gun. It's not Musashi, it's called the Yamato gun usually. But you have to use an IJN gun on Musashi. Although it's not worth the plates to plus 13, for sure. Even the Izumo gun, I wouldn't say is worth upgrading to plus 13. Until you have enough spare plates that you can just do whatever you want. At that point you can do it, but... Man, that shark fin torpedo skin is so good for submarines because they're like underwater sending out these little sharks, but I only got 1 so far from the gearboxes, so I don't think I'll be able to get like 6 to have a full set for my submarine fleet. I rushed the plus 1310 ride before any other airplane. Was it okay, or should I prioritize fighter / torps bomber? You should prioritize fighters and torp bombers, but More so torp bombers, not fighters that carry bombs. You want to first do torp bombers and then rocket fighters, and then Tenrai. Because for one Tenrai you can get 3 torpedo bombers plus 13. So the torp bombers are much more cost efficient. And then for the fighter, I would recommend doing the PR4 one, not the Gear Lab one. And then after that, probably Tenrai is good. But at least you didn't waste your plates because you're eventually going to use that Tenrai. Not that one, the BF-109G. You don't want the Gear Lab FW-190. Greetings. Did I go for Junkers, or IJN Torps? Junkers are the best. But having one of each is pretty good too, because they have different timings and they're used for different purposes. But for general use, Junkers is the best one. Is the time-fused AA gun better than normal AA for backline? I checked the wiki and see that they have good DPS. No. I would only use the twin 134mm if you want firepower on your main fleet ships. Otherwise, just stake stag on them for the accuracy. If there was an accuracy equivalent for Fuse AA, I think it would be pretty nice. I think that should be 120 now, right? Yeah, there we go. Let's go next. Liverpool. Why not? How close is Alsace? Not that close. Do you have any recommendations as to which ships you should get with the wishing well as a new player? Can you wishing well the URs? I think so, right? But you should still only spend 1 pull a day on the wishing well. I wouldn't recommend using more cubes on that as opposed to saving for the next event. Let me go check the pool. Okay, so light is nice because you spend the least amount of cubes on light, and Aurora is a good choice. She's a purple, but then again, you are always pulling on light construction when you're not doing an event, so maybe it's not the best idea. But if you wanted to do light, I would recommend Aurora and Kazagumo. If you have either of them, Jeanne d'Arc would be a good option. And Aurora would be a decent option. Well, not for a new player, I guess. Yeah, I'd just say Kazagumo, Jeanne d'Arc, Aurora. Those three. I'd stick with those for light. So you have to think about whether you want to save cubes, but then pull on the light gacha, which is what you always pull on anyway. And then, for heavy, if you wanted to get something from heavy, New Jersey, that's a good pick. Shinano, that's a good pick. Hood, but she's obtainable from like metals. That's about it, really, for heavy. You can go for Richelieu as well, because she's gonna be a decent buffer for Alsace. And then for special, obviously you have your New Jersey and Shinano. And then Enterprise is decent, but she's extremely easy to obtain from metals. Archerfish is one of the best submarines, so you could go for her as well. And yeah, that's about it. I hope that answered your question. Is it worth it to get very useful purple gear 2+11, like the MK6 and repair kit? No. What's your PvP fleet? I just have my favorite ships in there. Perseus? Do not get Perseus with Wishing Well, because Unicorn just makes her obsolete. Who is need to Fate Sim? Who is the need to Fate Sim in the PR6? Can you try again? I don't quite understand. I don't think you can put New Jersey and Shinano in the Wishing Well. It's in the pool, but not in the Wishing Well. Oh, I already did light, so I'm not sure. If you can't choose Shinano and Haku, then you should go for Archerfish and maybe Taiho. I don't know if she's available for metals, but I wouldn't recommend special then. Probably just do heavy or light. For heavy, go Richelieu and Hood. And for light, do Aurora and Kazagumo. And if you have one of them already, then Jeanne d'Arc. Ah, okay. Who is the best to face him in PR6? I'm pretty sure PR6 doesn't have face simulations yet, so I can't answer that question. I can select New Jersey or Shinano in the heavy or special. Which one is better if I already have Alsace? If you have 3 UR battleships, then Shinano. Actually, given the amount of UR battleships, I think you should just go with Shinano. Unless if you want New Jersey because you like her for aesthetic reasons. But Shinano is probably better. I mean, the next UR rerun is going to be another UR battleship, so Oh wait, is it? Yeah, 5 is the one that has Harbin. We're currently on PR6, so Felix and Shimanto, they don't have face sim yet. For that season, for PR5, it's Chkalov. Chkalov and then Harbin and then Rupee. NJ Crossfleet helps me so much with farming, I'd always recommend her. It's good until you get Musashi, UVH. So use. What researches do you usually take when new PR season comes? First I want to see... First I see if there's any particular ship I want to focus. If so, then I always take the face research. Or rather... first I see if there's any DR ship I want to focus between the two. If so, I always take the face research for that DR ship. And if that's not available, I'll take Cube. If that's not available, I'll take a PR face. That's what I do, but it's not really like optimal. So for example, last PR season, I just took Plymouth face research whenever I could. If there was no Plymouth face, I would go 1 hour cube. 2 hour cubes and 4 hour cubes are not recommended. Only the 1 hours. And then, yeah, after that. Actually, I would take 4 hour general before PR face. So the purple 4 hour research that takes 6,000 coins. That's the best one for getting like a bit of everything. You should do a video about that. Yeah, I was planning to. Probably closer to when the next PR season comes out. Maybe when it gets announced. What class you main in Warcraft? I never played Warcraft. The only MMORPG I've played was Terra, and I mained Priest. Now that I think about it, Alsace also gets a cross fleet. Yeah, it's probably better than New Jersey's. New Jersey is, she's just, unfortunately, kind of old. And they keep releasing URBBs one after the other. On the other hand, they haven't made enough carriers to make Shinano kinda power crept yet. Which carriers to sortie with Shinano if I don't have Haku yet? Is Taiho and Ryuho a good choice? Not Ryuho. Taiho is good. The cranes are good. So, what are their names? Shokaku and Zuikaku. And you don't have to sortie her necessarily with all IJN carriers. You could use one IJN carrier and one that isn't. You just need 3 IJN ships in your fleet in total. I'd say that like Kazagumo is a very good ship to pair with Shinano. So if you can put Kazagumo in your fleet, you only need one other IJN carrier, and then you can use another carrier. I thought she only buffed IJN carriers. I need to read better. She has a buff that's only for IJN carriers, but she also has debuffs that work for everyone. But the thing is, she's so strong that you'll be using her even if you don't pair her with IJN carriers.
見届けよ奇跡の権限を。
その他明石に任せろにゃ。政務が果たさ。
Good morning.
我がナスは
If there's not much planes, what do you recommend in a flex slot? Torp and dive? Torpedo bomber, usually. Dive bomber is something you only want one of.
政務が果たさ。
Well, you also want rocket planes on it in that slot sometimes as well. Like if you're up against medium armor, you definitely want the BF-109.
明石に任せろにゃ。
But if you're against heavy, then you want a torpedo bomber. Same thing if you're mobbing, you want torpedo bomber.
政務が果たさ。
見届けよ奇跡の権限を。
その他明石に任せろにゃ。政務が果たす。
我がナスは断罪の刃。
明石に任せろにゃ。
Something like Wyvern for a bit of interception is good. For mobbing, yeah. I mean, if you can afford it, then the best mobbing setup is gonna be Wyvern,
あなたたちが見るべき
Tenrai, Wyvern. Hello, Power Rock.
政務が果たさ。
見届けよ奇跡の権限を。
その他明石に任せろにゃ。
I heard Taiyuan is considered better than Anshan, so 25% reload and 10% torp is better than 25% torp and 25% accuracy. I feel like you got the exact buffs wrong, but the reason that Taiyuan is better is because
奇跡の権限を。
her barrage is way better, the 15-second one. It's fully aimed, so every single bullet hits, and it ignores shield.
政務が果たす。
我がナスは断罪の刃。
明石に任せろにゃ。政務が果たさ。
我がナスは断罪の刃。
明石に任せろにゃ。
Is Nagata good to pair with Hakunano, or has she been power up too hard by now? She is good, but most of the time Musashi is better. Although, in the Rodney meta fight, she saw a bit of a comeback. Just because of the reload stuff. In terms of raw damage though, Musashi just does so much that it overtook her.
ナスは断罪の刃。
明石に任せろにゃ。 政務が果たす。
我がナ
なすは断罪の刃。明石に任せろにゃ。すぐに裁きよ。政務が果たされ。我がなすは断罪の刃。明石に任せろにゃ。
Yeah, but even without Musashi, I'm pretty sure like I don't think Soyu's with Shinano and Haku is much worse than Musashi. So I don't know if Nagato in most cases would outdo Soyu's, especially since Soyu's has a slow as well. Other than that, if you're facing multiple enemies, then Bismarck with her black hole paired with Shinano and Haku would still work very well. And you could always run Shinano and Haku with Implacable as well. So there's many options even without Musashi. Yeah, an augment would be nice, but then the augment isn't good and you'll never get anything else and you're just forever disappointed. Like you can kind of see it from the front here. Hold on, wait, this is not the right ship. There's like a little thing here. What do you like most? QE Retro or QE2? I like QE Retro. So you a part of the very best medium armor fleet, or are other ships used? I mean the best medium armor fleet depends on things other than the armor too, like how much anti-air does the enemy have. If they have low anti-air, then you could use the Pure Sarge, Yorktown, and Implacable fleet. There's no room for Soyuz there, really. But if it's like a strictly battleship fleet, then right now there are 4 battleships that are kind of fighting for the 3 slots. So you've got Soyuz, Bismarck, Sway, Vanguard, and Alsace. I'm not sure if Alsace is stronger than the other 3 against medium armor, which is her weakest armor type because of the barrage mods. But for now, that would be the best 3 battleship comp against medium armor. It's been a long time since we had a UR retrofit, yeah. Don't know if we'll ever get another one. Since they can just do Type 2 ships instead.
我がナスは断罪の刃。明石に任せろにゃ。罪の裁きよ。政務が果たす。見届けよ。奇跡の権限を。その明石に任せろにゃ。罪の裁きよ。罪の裁きよ。そなたたちが見るべきは悪夢。
To be fair, since I started playing in February, I only seen 2 retro released. Yeah. They slowed down a lot on those. Used to be like every month. Retros don't directly make the money, yeah, but it gives them, it grants them goodwill from the community. I think people are happy when their favorite ship gets a retrofit. They also do retrofits for Chinese New Year, of course, for the Chinese ships, usually. Looking forward to the Longwu retrofit, if it ever comes. Longwu, you like the Lolly Dragon? Yeah, she's one of the cutest ships in the game. I feel like they should do a URNE on EN anniversary event. That could generate some hype for that every year, instead of what they have right now. EN could get UR Salem? Nah, I doubt it. Salem? Salem, I think. I just want a Suzuki oath skin where Pookie wears a tuxedo. Wait, wasn't the February event this year literally USS? I don't think they're getting a second one. Or was that the December event? Oh, it was December. So we could... nah, I highly doubt it. There's too many factions. Aside from USS. Oh, last run. For Max Alsace. Alright, let's do it. A bunch of my favorite ships that are purples that never got picked for retros. Yeah. A Live 2 skin, like a proper Live 2 skin, Live 2D skin, kind of eases the pain a bit, but... Where are you from, Jimmy? I am from France. Right outside is the Eiffel Tower. Neptune, Gascon, and Terror. Oh. Ashino and Denver. The German France. Yes, the German France. The worst is when it's purple and there's literally nothing redeeming about their kit. Like Longwu, if she gets a retrofit, she has a lot of potential to be actually strong, but something like Glowworm, her HP is so low, don't think it's salvageable at this point, unless if they give her a retrofit that literally gives her 1000 HP. I don't think she's salvageable. How many K points you already got? Is that the event points? I think... Oh, how many 1000 points? Is that what you're asking? I think I'm under 65k right now. Somewhere between 60 and 65k. Yeah, 64.750. Oh, just enough for this. Maybe I should buy other stuff first, though. Maybe I'll buy these. I can only afford 30. Never mind, I'll just keep them around. Okay. So, Alsace is done. Dunzo. I can probably stick her in Operation Siren now. And... okay, I need to put Fubuki in there. Who's coming out? I guess New Jersey, right? Where's she at? Oh, there we go. Alright, looks about right. The British monitors are comically useless these days? Yep, true. Glowworm is getting a 95% ramming reduction skill. But her base HP is so low, she just dies to everything that's not ramming. So, ramming reduction isn't gonna help her in any way. Here's Longwu. I'll show you why she's good. One of the best, in fact. Like, look at that. Look at those expressions, right? Hmm. 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 Yeah, the only thing that can save Glowworm, if not HP, is that she literally goes invincible. And often, too. But she's just way too squishy. For, like, these small lowly ships, it's all about the expressions. Where's Glowworm? Yeah, Mitzi stare. Let's see. Stick her in there, I guess. And I guess I could start using Baron as well. Why not? Does this show anywhere how many specialized core you can get? I believe, yeah. Let me find it. Somewhere here. Somewhere here. Somewhere here. Yeah, here, 5,000 per month. Oh, I have to do 10 exercises for the comeback thing. I didn't realize. Oops. Okay, after I finish this up PvP, I am gonna end stream and go work on my next video. The rare collapse ship getting used, yeah. I got nothing else to do, so just gonna use it. Holy, look at these tryhards. What's going on here? Chill out. Speaking of which, let's toss Longwood in there. Oh no, she's too small. I don't want her to get hurt. Okay, I'm not gonna bother. Okay, this looks winnable. Oh. Using pasta, what a noob. I'm gonna show you what's up. That's what you got. Alright, who's next on the chopping block? Okay, this one looks winnable. Oh, I still have Thatch in there. We're to change her out. 1,000 in the metal shop. Completely forgot that's even a thing. But I have enough, so I guess it's not too important. Let me go check the metal shop after this. Is it here? Ah. Wait, that was cheap as hell. Oh, what? I didn't realize they added this many ships here. I'll have a John Bart. What? And then 4 destroyers? What? Okay. Okay, that should be it. Oh, one more PvP. Okay. Vote is unreal and only monthly. At least, you know, it's not too expensive. I think some of them are in War Archive as well, right? I'm not sure, but I mean, those 80 medals isn't too bad, and even if they were in the pool, I feel like newer players should be always building light construction anyway, so they wouldn't have gotten them either way. It's probably easier to obtain still in the grand scheme of things. Right. Okay. I guess I put a skin on the John Bart. That's it for the stream, guys. Do you plan to play Azure Premilia and make content? Yes. I don't think they even announced the release date yet though, right? But I'll probably try it out. Okay, I'm gonna go for now. Thanks for coming by, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.